What's going on, guys? This is game 2 of my set against Neobility from the Fireside Gathering Toronto matches. So the mulligan glitched here. I did get Egg, Harvest Golem, Knife Juggler. I send them all back. I'm playing Zoo against Warrior. Going into this tournament, my lineup really didn't have a good Warrior counter. I wish I had brought, like, Shaman, maybe, like, probably Handlock. Like, this Zoo deck was pretty eh. This was Gara's list that he put out at the beginning of the format with Ogre Brutes. I was going to play the Imp version, but I had a lot of, like... I found in general the Imp version was a lot weaker to AoE, so I decided to go against that and just play, like, more good cards, like beefier cards. Like, Ogre Brute is... It's a lot of stats, but it's still kind of bad. Like, 4/4 for 3 is obviously insane. But I don't think it's actually that good. So here, my opponent Deathbite on curve with the coin. Sorry, not on curve, yeah, coined out the Deathbite. Strong play because here he'll be able to kill my Ogre Brute, and I'm 50-50 on even getting any value out of this Ogre Brute because I have to hit the Armor Smith. The Argus in my hand doesn't really help, because it's still okay. He could, like, I do this just to save the Haunted Creeper, but I miss on the Armor Smith, which really sucks. But already for me, this game is turning into a damage game, like you can see. I didn't intend for that to happen, but he's already at 20 health. Turn 4 against Control Warrior, which is, like, pretty unusual because, you know, armor up, etc. But it does happen against Zoo. Zoo's kind of a toss-up matchup. This matchup is, like, about 50-50. I would still say it's, like, kind of... Yeah, no, it's pretty even. It really comes down to, a lot of the time, them having weapon and Zoo having the freedom to tap. Excuse me. Yeah, so here my hand is not too exciting. I decide I'm just going to kill that. Kill the Armor Smith with Argus. Play the Piloted Shredder. I decide to hold off. Oh, no, I don't. I decide to play the Clockwork Gnome. I think at this point I'm just trying to, like, rush him because realistically, if I held the Clockwork Gnome, it doesn't do much. 2/1s I'm finding are becoming a lot weaker, like Leper Gnome and Clockwork Gnome type of cards. Here that's a really good draw for me. But yeah, I decided to, you know, juggle it out first. Let's see how this goes. Here, the reason I do that is so I can save the Piloted Shredder. This play is better against AoE. So by swinging with the Leper Gnome, which was going to die regardless, because then if it swings into the 2/1, now I have a 4/2 that will stick if he has Brawl. So this game I'm playing around Brawl a little better than the previous game. But I'm still really worried. It's turn 6. Things aren't looking that good for me. But now I have the freedom to start tapping, which is where I have a decent-sized board. So long as it doesn't get cleared relatively quickly, I should be good. I'm sorry, I've, for these games, like, because these did happen a while ago, and I was, not able to get them out right away, I do have, like, very little recollection of this set. I remember at the end of this match, there's a disconnect, and yeah, here I'm just going to use the Coolant to free Sylvanas, and swing everything face. I believe here I'm going to get brawled, probably. Like, this looks like I'm going to get brawled. Like, if I get brawled, he had, like, a 50-50 to steal the Nerubian, and then, like, there's a ton of RNG with Piloted Shredder. Like, if I get something broken and he steals it, it'd be unfortunate. But I was, like, realistically, what other play do I have here? Yeah, like, Zoo versus Warrior sometimes is just pretty YOLO-y, because you sometimes have to think, like, okay, if I lose the card, I will have the ability to tap. And Brawl does come down again. But this play I don't think is really a mistake. Like, Zoo can survive a brawl. So here... Unless he steals the Nerubian. Well, no, even if he steals the Nerubian, sorry. Well, he could armor up, but... So things aren't looking good for my opponent. Despite the card advantage. Like, with 2 mana... I mean, Whirlwind, sure, but... So in fact, getting the Apprentice for him was actually pretty nutty. I didn't remember that occurring. So this is really good for me because I can taunt, and now I have 2 huge guys, and I'm gonna go face, because I would rather kind of play around Shield Slam here than killing the Sorcerer's Apprentice, because if I leave him with armor, this game just starts like he could peel it back. And it's turn 8, so I don't want to mess around. Like, Alex Strauza is coming down potentially next turn. He did already use his coin, so that's why I wasn't too worried about it turn 8. Other things that are, you know, still possibilities, like Rag, Baron Geddon. Baron Geddon wouldn't be that great here. It'd be a 50-50 on game. But he hasn't used any shield blocks, so... Or shield maidens, there we go. And here, I'm pretty sure I rip a Doom card. Yep. So I'm just going to take the 50-50. And, like, even if I miss this, it's still looking pretty good for me. Mistake I made is I could have tapped to potentially hit an Abusive Sergeant or Power Overwhelming. But, yeah, okay, so that was game 2. I will see you guys in game 3.